Squadrons. This is the first face-to-face show on our YouTube channel. Here in this space, we're going to get to face off our fears, number 1. Number 2, we're going to get to confront our challenges. 3, we're going to repel from our regrets. We're going to, number 4, dodge our doubts. Number 5 will be sidestepping our stumbling blocks. See
how I just stumbled on that?
We're going to number 5, sidestep our stumbling blocks. Number 6, we're going to resist our reluctant thoughts and behaviors and habits. And finally, number 7, our perfect number, our number representing completion and perfection, is standing up to our struggle. Thank you guys for tuning in. I just want to read a quick introduction to the show before we get started. If you can just bear with me, I'm going to be looking down and up and trying to make eye contact to the camera. This is my first time ever doing this, so bear with me. So I'm here for you all and myself. Instead of keeping my knowledge, my lessons that I've learned through life to myself, I'm here to share those with you and help my squadrons push through obstacles and challenges. You're gonna hear me say squadron a lot, squad or squadron. It's just referring to you guys, the community that tune into the show. I just like, I'm a visual learner, and I like speaking with metaphors and symbols. So this coaching and life journey that we're taking, I like the analogy of being a pilot and you being my co-pilot and me guiding you through obstacles that may, give us turbulence in the plane or get in the way of you getting to your destination. And so I definitely feel like Squadron definitely represents the space and community that I want to build with you guys. So welcome, Squadron. Back to what I was saying. So I'll help you guys push through and get out of sunken holes and places that we find ourselves in from time to time. Here definitely helping you and myself face these issues head on by talking about them, giving you, a X, Y, and Z of things to do to help you or avoid certain conflicts or issues that arise in life through what I know, what I've learned, and the wisdom that I've gained through my experiences. So this is your show, and I'm here for you. So you definitely are welcome to watch the show on our YouTube channel weekly, definitely 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Thursday nights weekly. I'll be here ready to share with you guys and talk with you with various topics like life, family, careers, relationship, parenting, self-love, and also I'm going to be, addressing what you're facing. Email me at inboxfacetoface@gmail.com. That's inboxface2face@gmail.com, and I'll definitely answer your questions here on the show, but definitely anonymously. I won't give out anyone's name, so don't be worried about that. And of course, thank you for bearing with me with that introduction. This show, we're going to be talking about goal setting and what is it to have a goal and how to structure it so that you can accomplish that goal. There's 5 steps. Let me just get that uploaded here. And definitely follow us on the Instagram page because we post photos as well that are related to our topics. So first, when you're setting a goal, there's actually 5 key points that you'd have to make sure you've thought about before you know, setting out to accomplish that goal. So it's called setting SMART goals. The first acronym for SMART is S, and that represents specific. You got to be very specific about what you're trying to do. It's not like you can be vague, because if you're vague, then you leave it up to be, you're setting yourself up for failure, basically, when you're not specific enough. I can say, oh, I just want to, when I graduate, for example, when I graduate high school, I want to go to college. But there's plenty of colleges out there. There's plenty different types of colleges. There's 2 years, there's 4 years. So what is it that which colleges I'm going to? What am I going to be majoring in? Why do I want to be majoring that in that topic, in that subject? And do I find that subject interesting in order to even set this as a goal, to be interested enough to complete it and motivate myself to do it? Or I could say, oh, I want to look better. I want to look snatched up for the summer, and then really not have specific weight loss journey goals. So number 1, be specific. Number 2, it's SMART. So the second letter is going to be M. We're going to make these goals measurable. When we say measurable, we're going to have to see, you have to set it in a way where, if it's going to be done in a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, by Tuesday, this is what I'm going to have done. By Thursday, when I come back, this is what's going to be done. And then when Friday comes, the day before, you can already see the things that you need to be done by Friday night, and then Saturday come, you'll hit and have everything finished by that deadline. So you'll have to measure things out, proportionate in proportion, so that you're not procrastinating at the last minute to get it done. You're not putting too much of a load on you in order to finish what you need to do. So definitely measure it out. If the goal is, to go to college or to, study, let's measure those things out. What is it going to take for me to get to there? How many years? And we're gonna measure out what, in order for me to get done by my senior year to college, what am I going to be doing my first year in high school, my second year in high school, my third year in high school, my fourth year? And if that's too vague for you, you know yourself better, you even have to break it down even more. Each year, you break them up into months. By February, this is when I want to be done. Whatever you're doing, work on my extracurricular activities, that clubs you want to join, whatever it is, every year is spelled out in detail. And you don't probably have to do your sophomore year yet, but at least your freshman year, before you enter in prior years, you have that prior year already measured out, so that you can accomplish by senior year. It's not that, oh, I woke up like this and now I'm in college. No, you have to plan and be strategic about certain stuff to get to the goals that you have set for yourself. So measuring things out, definitely key to being successful with your setting your goals. Number 3, out of SMART, it's S. We did S, be specific. M, measure, have your goals measurable. And number 3 is A, have it be achievable. Everybody, I can't even say everybody knows themselves, because sometimes you don't even know yourself. So sometimes when you make a goal, and through watching your behavior and watching yourself through that goal, you probably have to revisit this and actually change the goal back up to meet you where you are. So if you want to have this goal, and if you see my daughter in the background, don't mind her. I'm a mother to a 9-year-old. I don't look like it, but yes, I have a 9-year-old daughter. So make it achievable. So if I know, like, let's go to weight loss, for example. I know I'm not going to be disciplined enough to give up snacking if I have a snacking problem with chips or something, or soda, but I'm going to, wean myself off gradually. I'm not going to Google how to lose weight, or green smoothie diet, and then them show me these regimens that they do every day, and then go from, some people do it and they're successful, but you have to know yourself. So it's good to look it up and be knowledgeable, but then you also have to, form it and have it fit your lifestyle. So if I look up and I see that this is what they want, you have to do this, and you only consume these types of foods for day 1, day 2, day 3, and very well, you're not going to be able to do this. You're going to be, by the middle of the day, going down to Wendy's and ordering something and just messing up the whole plan. Be honest with yourself and look at what you eat on a day-to-day basis and say, hey, I'm not going to have, that ice cream between meals. I'm not going, I think I can commit to that and I can achieve that. Or I guess I can water down my drinks, half soda, half water, or something like this. If you don't have the discipline enough to just go cold turkey from eating like, excuse my French, shit, and then now trying to eat like perfect. So, make sure they're achievable goals, okay? So don't overdo it and overkill or stretch yourself where you're now committed to something that you knew ahead of time, or you find out later on that this is way above your means, way above you. So the next point, the first point was be specific. The second point is to measure your goals out. And the third one was to make them achievable. And the fourth one is to be realistic. And this kind of merges with the make them achievable, but be realistic. Let's be realistic with who you are as a person. And so when you make these goals, let's say, you're not a morning person, or mornings are not your thing, or you're not a night person. So even though you're mimicking a plan that you found online, or someone's trying to help you, or you're meeting with a trainer, just because it's presented to you in this kind of format doesn't mean you can't change it to meet your realistic goals, to have it meet you where you are. So if you're not a morning person, maybe at night you have a bunch of energy to do a bunch of stuff. So maybe doing the bulk of the work, instead of it's like a morning routine, how about you reverse it and have a night routine to your schedule, so that you can meet these goals, so that they're realistic, instead of just saying I'm gonna get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and you never do it, and then it just dies out because it wasn't realistic based off of who you are. So definitely gather information when you're setting goals about whatever you're doing, but definitely make it conform to who you are and what you're doing, and how your daily schedule is. Sometimes work gets in the way. So if you work overnight, maybe nights is not really good and most of your time is free during the day. So make it work for your circumstance and where you are. The last one, not number, but the last acronym is make it time-based. I am going to finish it by the fall. No, I am going to get this goal done before next year. No, we need to make them time-based, because then it can hold you accountable. Because then when the time keeps approaching, and especially if you have this measured out, it's going to be at the front of your brain instead of in the back. Oh, I have until the fall to do it. Oh, I have until next year to do it. There's so many months in the year. I'll get eventually around to it. So no, if you make it time-based, it could be as far as, the last Saturday of October at, such and such time. Or if it's just that day, the last Saturday in October, I want to be in this, position. I want to do this type of activity, or be physically fit enough to run, 5 miles. Let's put a time on it so that you feel pressed. Because I don't know about you, but I know me. I like to wait it off, especially if time is in my hand. If I'm getting ready and I'm trying to, be somewhere on time, and the person texts me and tells me, oh, I'm running 30 minutes late, in my mind, that means, oh, they're running late, so I can actually do extra stuff. And so the extra stuff ends up extending the window of me being done on time to now being extra late. So setting a time, honoring that time, putting the alarm on your phone or alert just so that you know, or a reminder on your calendar to remind you a week before, like, this is happening this week. Whether you wanted to or not, you gotta own up to it and you gotta do it. So basically that's all it takes, but it also takes energy. All I'm saying to you today right now isn't easy. By all means, it's going to take work. It's going to be you having to do it the days that you don't feel like doing it, to still honor the measured points that you made out for yourself to meet those goals every single day. Putting the right tools in place to help you, encourage you, tell people about your goal so that next time they talk to you, so yeah, you told me about this. Are you still doing it? You gotta try to let the right people, because some people will discourage you and do all that, but you know the people that are in life and are positive, souls to impact your self-development. So definitely share with the people that have your back and are going to check in with you, and you're going to be like, what? Sorry, my dog's walking out. That are going to hit you up, and you're going to be like, oh man, I got to get back on my game because I need to get this done, So it's going to give you more pressure and be more pressed to actually do what you have set in mind for yourself and for your happiness. Because if you're setting these goals, it's obviously because there's a bigger why and a better position that you want to see yourself in. So I hope this was helpful. Again, thank you for watching, and definitely remember to email me if you have any questions. Comment below if you have any suggestions, or if you have any questions, or what you liked about this video, how helpful it was. I would love to hear from you guys. Until next time, God loves you, and thanks for watching. Bye.